Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Self Show. I'm Dee.
And I'm Max.
And we're here for another one.
Another one.
How are you?
I'm good. I finally got my water.
You got your what?
My water here. So I don't always sound like I realize in the recording I'm always coughing. I don't have water.
Yeah, you don't drink enough. We're going to share that though.
You think I'm going to bring this whole bottle of water for myself?
Yes.
You know, if you asked me, I would have gotten you one.
Well, I didn't know you were going to get yourself one.
This was from yesterday.
Oh.
Remember when I called you? I'm like, hey, I'm at QT. I'm going to pick you up something. You said a Snapple.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got me a water.
It's all right. It's okay.
How have you been?
I'm good. I'm cold.
Excuse me. That's pretty
The water
cool.
didn't work.
It just started. Give me some grace, okay? Let's go 15 minutes into the show and let's see the difference,
Okay.
right? I realize my voice don't sound as raspy as it usually does. I usually have like a little Batman thing going on.
The bedroom voice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness.
So
All
yo,
right.
check this out. Can we talk about it?
Do we have a safe word? Do I need to be like, you better chill?
That's your safe word. That's your safe word. At any point, you're like, you better chill. I'm like, I'm like, all right, cool.
No, go ahead.
What was up? So you were working with me, and you just giving me attitude.
You were giving me critiques that I think wasn't accurate.
Really?
After I done worked so hard and after I finished writing,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were recording,
Yeah.
and you wanted me to be, record like how I talk normally. And I did that. And then you're like, you have a problem with it.
Can I give you some pushback?
Okay.
Okay. So I've been listening to you speak
Yes.
for the past few days, and you do not speak like that, actually.
How I was recording.
Yes. So this is the thing, y'all. I was recording her, and every time she finishes a sentence, it sounded like a question. So it'll be like,
You said
good
I
morning.
sounded like a Kardashian.
That's what you're supposed to say that out loud. But anyway.
Oh.
But come on, y'all know what the Kardashians sound like. Like, that sound different. Like, it's cool. And you sounded like, good morning. It's like every sentence, it sounded like you were asking me a question. And I'm like, D, no. Let's sound more assertive. Let's sound like you probably know what you're talking about. Right? And you're like, no, that's how I talk. And in my head, I want to argue. I want to debate it. I want to be like, no, that's not how you talk. But you know what? Wisdom didn't allow me to fight. Because I'm like, I don't remember this. Like, this is something I would remember. And this is something I'll probably tell you to your face. Like, babe, stop.
Right.
Like, can you imagine? Like, good morning. Babe. What are you doing?
To me, I sound normal. I was like, now I'm talking normal. I don't know what you're talking about. So you were like, okay, do you want to hear yourself? I'm like, yeah.
And I gave you the headphones to hear yourself. Because you was, listen, you was giving me the business. You're like, I don't talk. That's just how I talk. And then you heard yourself.
Once.
The moment.
I corrected
that
it
you
real
knew
quick. I finished the whole thing.
You looked at me and was
really.
like, you didn't want to admit I was right, but it's okay.
I finished the whole thing good. And you were like, I think when you heard yourself, you corrected so well that I don't have nothing to say.
But you overcorrected and went straight flat.
I did.
You sounded like dead.
And then you were like, okay, well, bring your personality into it. And I'm over here like, wait, first of all, you told me how I was doing it. I think I'm doing it just like how I speak right now with my personality and all. And you had a problem with that. Now when I did it flat, it was good. But then now I need to put
you went extreme, like you went from one extreme to the next, and you're like, that is how I talk.
Okay, and then I did it, and I was having an attitude.
Yeah,
I was like a little brat.
Oh,
That's what.
But you're my brat. No, you were a brat. You were a brat.
But you were good. Like you did not pay attention to my attitude at all. You didn't even say a word. You just kept going like I wasn't even.
I mean, because the thing is, I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from, because home Max, right? Home Max, husband Max, friend Max is different from work Max, and you don't work with me as often as we did before in that capacity. Like when I'm working with clients, I'm very straight to the point, matter of fact. I'm fun to be around, but I want to make sure I get the best out of you, right? And usually I would give my clients some feedback, also whatever they did right, and I think you're just so used to me using kid gloves with you because I don't scream at you. I don't,
Well, I want to say kid's glove. I think I'm just used to you being husband Max all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hear, we have conversations about what your sessions are like, but it's different when you're on the receiving end. I'm like, I have to let you know. I'm like, I'm not your regular client. Okay? I'm gonna need you to bring back a little husband Max in there.
Listen,
okay?
in that moment, you are. In that capacity, you are.
And that's what helped me to, I guess, to get over it real fast too, because I know that your intention, is to get it good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to have a good product at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I allowed myself, I told myself, okay, you get 10 minutes.
Which I'm proud of you.
10 minutes to have your little attitude, and you need to wrap it up because we got work to do.
Which I'm proud of you, though. I will say that, because it could have been worse. It could have been worse. You could have gotten frustrated and just quit.
Right, that's an option.
It could have been that. Like you could have quit, or you could have just keep firing back. I think there were still some wins.
Yeah,
I think there were still some wins in
it
because I did feel the cool down afterwards. I did feel the cool down. Like it wasn't that way the whole time. And then when that happened, I took advantage of it. I'm like, listen, so you're doing this really well, right? But let's do this one more time and let's just work on this aspect of it. And then you just hit it in one go.
I know you were probably like, whew, yes.
No, I wasn't sweating at all. I was fine.
You're like, not a wasted session.
No, because I'm like, if I have to cut 50 takes, I'll just do that.
That helped. Your attitude definitely helped. And I'm like, why are you being such a brat? Like, okay, have your moment. You only get 10 minutes, and then we need to do what we need to do.
Yeah. No, so I love that. I think that's a perfect way to probably go into conflict. Like with conflict resolution with your spouse. I mean, even friendships.
Yeah.
I've been seeing some friendships sometimes. I'm like, man, y'all, I think you should put a ring on it. With the type of issues you guys be having. Oh my gosh. But yeah, one thing that I learned from it, because we did kind of talk about it and laughed about it. Hindsight is always 20/20.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that you were saying is that, so for me, usually when a situation happened, after the situation happens, that's when I have a sense of was an introspection and like going over, okay, what just happened? But you were in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You were in the moment, and I was like, oh, that is so dope. And I realized that I am starting to get that way over the past few months, especially. And one of the things that came to me was that imperfection.
You got it right the first time.
Imperfections. Imperfection is an opportunity for awareness. I bring it back to in the sense of a company. It doesn't matter the scale, big or small. You know, we all have 4 quarters. And let's say first quarter is amazing, second quarter is amazing. Then you go through the third quarter and you realize there's maybe some dip in sales, dip in some conversions, and you're like, hey, what do I need to do, or what do we need to do to make this better in the upcoming quarter? There's even some times where you have to have an emergency meeting during the same quarter and like, hey, listen, we need to pivot because this is not going well.
The projection is off.
The projection, right? The projection is off. And I feel like that was a moment that you had, well, both of us had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, I wasn't aware of like, you know, how I was being. But I can tell the energy for me, it wasn't happy fun anymore. It was a lot heavier. And it was, you know, when you start feeling something, I guess feeling not all the time like critiques are well received, you know, especially if you wasn't ready for it, you know?
Yeah.
So I just realized I felt different. And I guess just practicing awareness too, it just comes a whole lot faster.
Yeah.
Like I'm paying attention to myself.
In the moment.
I'm paying attention to myself. So when I realize the energy shifts, you know, my response is a little, But yeah, I just realized the energy, how I feel, and then what I was giving off towards you. And I just have to understand, I guess, get back to purpose.
Yeah.
Just realize while we're there.
That's good.
And that your intention is for my benefit. Like your intention is good. You know, you want something well done. I want something well done too. And I have to acknowledge your gifts and your ability. Like, no, you know what you're doing. This is your area of expertise. I can let you do what you do. And I just need to follow directions.
I love that.
I did allow myself time to get in my feels because I'm not stuffing nothing down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to linger on and carry on over. Like, no, like I can have my moments.
That's true.
You know, I give myself permission and grace. Like I can have my moment. I just can't let it carry on without getting checked, you know? Like,
and imagine if you had stuffed it down, it probably would have came up later.
The car ride home. But no, it just shows just the improvement for me, you know. So even in just that, prior to that, I probably wouldn't have, like you said, I wouldn't even notice that I have an attitude, and you would have to say something, and you would probably have responded to that too, like back then.
Exactly.
Even you,
exactly.
Exactly.
I don't remember which episode it was. But remember when I was saying, even if you respond to me in a rah, rah, rah kind of way, I have to remove myself from it, remove my emotions from it. I can still feel. I can still allow myself to feel, but I have to take the information. In that moment, that's what I had to do. I had to pivot the way that I critique you because I realize is what's triggering you is my critique. So I'm like, okay, so maybe I should lean in more on what you're doing right than what you need to work on. And I don't know if you felt that, but that's what I started, doing. And I don't know, it's just impressive that when we focused on ourselves, we didn't have to have a conversation. We didn't have to have a family meeting. we just
did it in the moment.
We just did it in the moment and we both adjusted.
Right.
I felt like an adult. I felt like an adult in the moment. Like I was like, man, like we really did. Like I went back and I was on the computer just thinking up and went through the whole 50 takes in that one take that you did. And I
didn't do like 50 takes.
Okay. Yes, I'm exaggerating a bit. Okay, more like 40. But I was happy for us. Yeah. I was happy for us. I was like, you know what? This is a good step in the right direction. And we've been working on that.
Yeah.
We've been working on that.
You remember where we're coming from?
Yeah. But this is the first time it was actually recorded. And I think that's why it had so much of an impact, because we were able to actually go back and go, oh, yeah. Because I can go back to the other takes and show you your attitude.
Well.
But I won't do that because I'm an adult. But that's amazing. I'm definitely proud of us. And I think just moving forward, I think that will solve a lot of issues, not only between us, but just in relationships moving forward, even with our kids. I think it will improve a lot of dynamics if we are aware in the moment.
Yeah. Something that shifted for me was realizing that it's not me against you. You know, because it used to, way back in the day, that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
Right? And you would just feel everything so personally, right? And we came a long way. We came a long way, Jesus. Jesus. But yeah, like taking things personally or feeling attacked when it's really the issue.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of learning to separate you from the issue, you know. That has done tremendously for us. Babe, do you remember when I would get upset at something, like if it's something that you do and I get upset, right? And I'll have an attitude. And then you would have an attitude bigger than my attitude because I have an attitude with you.
Yes.
You have a problem with me having an attitude with you. And
don't talk about it.
And then you give me more attitude. And I'm like, wait, I'm the one who should be upset.
I was offended first. Let's deal with my issue first.
Right. And then you would go silent. Like you would go silent. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Wait. This, I didn't do anything to make you upset. Like, what is this reverse psychology? Like, what is this?
It was something.
And it's because I would call you on it.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, I'm fine.
Of course.
Usually, even if I make something, if you're fine, you would just eat, right? And when you're like this, and I'll do it, I get something for you to eat, or you're like, no, I'm okay. And I have to tell you, I'm like, okay, honey, I don't like this switching up when you have an attitude. Like I can have an attitude, but I'm still gonna talk to you, and I'm still gonna do the regular things that we would do.
Which was dope. Yeah.
Yeah. You used to, shift up on me a little bit. So I started calling you out on it. And it's only when I did that for some time, then it's, okay, you started adjusting. I'm going
to eat the food.
But no, like we've come such a long way though.
Yeah.
Love looks good on you.
It feels good on me too. It's not, I don't feel as fat.
Wait. What?
I mean, it's light. You know what I mean? It's light. Yeah. It's cool. Dee, I think you should send the people off with a word of encouragement.
It's being aware, knowing when to self-correct, and like it's okay to feel how you feel. You just can't let it distract from what the real issue is, and
or the goal.
Ultimately, the goal is, when you're dealing with conflict, it's not you against the person, especially if it's your spouse. Like, you don't ever want to go against your spouse. No, it didn't hurt.
Okay.
My hand's cold.
I thought you was playing it off. It's okay. I'll hold your hand while you speak. Go ahead and speak.
But it's never, you don't want to be against your spouse. It's both of us against the issue, even if he caused the issue. Just saying.
Man, I'm gonna need you to not side rail, okay? You were doing so good.
I'm playing.